Hello and welcome to the new Devlog series on the channel. In this episode I'm going to remake the project I made a couple of months back. That one Citybuilder that makes me a bit embarrassed, but this time I will try to make it better. I decided to do that because the Balkan Way got cancelled for being a bit too ambitious, and this project will be a tad bit smaller than the Balkan Way was supposed to be. So, the first thing I added to the game was camera movement. It's nothing special, honestly, it's just a generic RTS camera. And now the biggest difference from the previous game is that I actually want to make a competent terrain generator. So I went on and added the chunk generation to the game. The chunks in this game are 16 by 16, kind of like that block game we don't talk about. And then I added a world generator script which allows me to control the amount of chunks that the game generates in a square grid. And as you can see, all chunks are repeated, so I went on and fixed that. And now let's talk about NPCs. Because unlike that previous game, this one will indeed include NPCs. And the first thing I did for the NPCs was make the game generate a nav mesh for them. A nav mesh tells the NPCs where they can and can't go. After that I changed the resolution to be a bit bigger, so we won't have floating NPCs. And now we begin working on the NPCs. So for debug purposes I made it possible to spawn NPCs with a keybind on the keyboard. And they currently don't do anything. They are not lazy, they just don't have any code. So let's give them the ability to cut down trees. So for that I needed to add a tree generator to the game. And after adding said tree generator to the game, I made it possible to make a zone in which the NPCs will chop down trees. And that's exactly what I did next. The NPCs now move, choose a tree nearest to them and go chop it down. Even if you can see in the background that they are not the smartest because multiple of them go to the same tree. That will be fixed later. And then I added a bush generator to the game. It works exactly the same as the tree one, but it makes bushes instead. And then I just redid the tree gathering zone, just made it orange and the NPCs collect bushes instead of trees. And now I started to work on some UI. So the first thing I did was I added a button at the bottom of the screen which you can press, and you have options to create zones for chopping down trees or harvesting bushes. The button can be pressed again to make the zones invisible in the world. And then I added the most important feature of this devlog, that being building placement. The game can't be called a city builder if you can't build anything now, can it? And after that I added a UI button that allows you to build the building. Now let's focus on something different. Instead of adding new features, let's make the game look a tad bit better. I started doing that by adding a fall-off map with some purling noise to the edges of the map, along with the bushes and trees not spawning on the water. And then I added multiple noise layers to the terrain generator to make better looking terrain. After which I added seed-based terrain generation. As you can see, the game now generates random seeds for the terrain. In the future you will be able to use any seed you want. Is it the best terrain generation system out there? No, definitely isn't. But is it much better than the city builder I made in 7 days? Most definitely. After that I added actual tree and bush models to the game. And I also replaced the blue cube with an actual 3D model. There are some problems with it still, like you can place the building inside of trees, but let's ignore that, shall we? So I went on and fixed most of the problems I found with buildings, and I've actually added some new ones to the game, like the longhouse and the lumberyard. None of the buildings actually do anything, but that will be changed in the future. You may have already noticed that I haven't changed the NPC model either. That's because they will also be changed in the future devlog, and I don't want this video to be an hour long. So thank you for watching this devlog, and see you in the next one.